A short film exploring the ancestral dreams of a young Gombe is gaining international attention. Thoughts Become Things is the work of poet and designer Stephen Johnstone and filmmaker Mark Rodriguez. It won an award at a film festival in Malaysia and is due to be shown at festivals in Trinidad and Tobago and Chicago. Stephen Johnstone told Kendall Trott where his inspiration came from.
We were working on a project called Bermudian Poet, and after that came out, we got a good feedback from it, and we had a good working relationship. And then we were like, yo, let's do another one. So I went back into my catalog and I had a verse called Thoughts Become Things, and from there we started to build it.
Where did the inspiration come from?
When I was writing it, I was thinking about Gombes, and I was also thinking about Bermuda bike culture. So it's kind of like a mix of those kind of blended together. We wanted to make it as Bermudian as possible. I mean, we're all Bermudians, so that was easy.
What was it about this film that made you want to go a different route as far as submitting it into film festivals?
Just taking it to the next level. So after the first one, it's like, all right, cool. This is what happens. This is what the process is like. Now let's step it up. Let's see what we can, how far we can push it. And at first, the goal wasn't even to put it into film festivals. It was just kind of, let's just do it and put it out. But as we were showing people and testing, people's feedback on it, everyone's like, oh, you guys definitely got to put it out to film festivals. And one of the things was, if we were to put it online, we will get disqualified from some of the film festivals. So we decided not to put it right out and to send it away to the different festivals. And then once I figured out how to send it to festivals, kind of went overboard a little bit, but hey. So at this point, the film is complete. We submitted it to 23 film festivals around the world. We've heard back from 8. We've gotten into 4. The 4 we've gotten into is Film Folklore in Trinidad, AFRIF in Nigeria, that's African International Film Festival, Black Harvest in Chicago, and Neat Film Festival in Malaysia, where we won a special jury award for short international film. But at this point, we're kind of in our fundraising stage to kind of take the film to the next step and push it further. The sponsors that we have right now covered all of that. We've been able to cover majority of the film festival fees. So right now, as we get these acceptances to the different film festivals, we would like to be ambassadors to the island and go to some of them and present the film in person. So if you would like to become a sponsor, you can visit sjdworld.com/thoughts. And from there, there's all the information that you need to do. You can read about it, you fill out a form, and you fill out a form, you'll get sent a lot of details. And then you can decide from there.
The cinematographer and director of Thoughts Become Things, Mark Rodriguez, and music producer for the film, Derek G., told us about their creative processes and what made this project special for them.
Stephen called me up. And usually it's always an interesting project with Stephen. So the doors were always open, and he had kind of laid out the groundwork for me, and I was like, oh, like this is like something like actually like I'm excited. Like when do we start? Like so it's interesting. And people say like when it's cinema, they often mention that sound is important, but it's often essential. That's the thing that kind of brings life to the film. What was even more interesting was the direction that Mark and Stephen had gave me. Was they kind of let me do my thing instead of too many limitations and guidelines. It was just very basic of like, this is the idea of what we want, and we want you to put your spin on it.
For myself, Stephen and I, we had a short film prior to this. It was called Bermudian Poet, and specifically same vibe, a little bit of poetry, short film type of aesthetic for that one. And then it's just basically keeping up with the same trend. He approached me about this impromptu poem that came to him just one night. He sent me a voice note, so excited, and the rest is history since then. But it all came about by very organic means. For me, the creative process came very organically through the various meetings that we had with the troupe. Stephen and I, we had an ethos for this, that we would not move forward with this unless everybody agreed with the story in itself. So we had a small idea of what we wanted scene by scene by scene, so that at least it was a little bit controlled. But a lot of the things that you see in this film came about just even on the spot. This film is the precipice of unity. And I think we dynamically show that in every frame that we do. But that's, for me, what was very exciting about this project, why I feel this is one of my magnum opuses, why I feel like this is one of the best films that I've done, because it really does capture the heart and the essence of Bermuda, which is community, it's unity.
And staying with the Gombe theme, the Bermuda Gombe Festival takes place on Saturday at the Botanical Gardens. We'll have a full preview in tomorrow's newscast.